Spot Review back with another video. So today I'll be reviewing the iPod Touch 7th generation. Now this is a pretty rare device to find on Apple's website since they don't list it on their website as a normal tab like the iPhone and MacBooks, but what you have to do is you have to go into the search bar and type in iPod. So that's kind of why I'm making this video since many people don't know how it exists, but I'm going to see how well the iPod Touch performs in 2020. Now this did released last year in 2019, so it has some pretty old specs, but let's see how Alright guys, so I have the iPod 7th generation in my hands right now, and just holding it, it feels really thin and light, but there's one drawback in this iPod, and it's that it doesn't have Touch ID, and Touch ID is pretty main features that you get on many of Apple's budget devices. Now on Apple's iPad 5, it's priced around $200 right now. You can get it pre-owned. Now that has Touch ID. That was the base iPad model you could get at that time, and now you can get the iPad 6 and iPad 7 with Touch ID, and those are budget iPhones. But overall, it does have an A10 processor chip, which is from one of the iPhones released a few years back. I'm not sure if it's iPhone 8 or iPhone X, but the processor is certainly good for what you want today. And in the box, it came with the quick startup guide with some Apple stickers, and it came with some wired earphones and charging port. But first, let's start off with how it can play some games. So first, we have some Temple Run. Now, Temple Run is a classic game. Many devices can play it, but I want to see how well the iPod will run it with a 4-inch screen, since it's pretty small and many people don't really know how to use a 4-inch screen in 2020. Now, the iPhone 4 had a 4-inch screen in 2010 or 2011 when it first released, and at that time everyone thought it was a really good phone, but right now it's really bad. But I don't know why Game Center is popping up. It's probably because I just logged into this account, but yeah, it's game's running flawlessly and doesn't seem to have any issue, but I do feel some heat in the back of the iPod. I don't know why it's heating up already now, since Temple Run is like the simplest game any device can run, but don't know why it's heating up so bad. Maybe it doesn't have like a battery cover that most phones have, but yeah. Now we're on a more complicated game. Now I downloaded this game off of the App Store, and I'm not sure what the name of it is, but I just saw an ad for it and it seemed to be pretty good, so let's try playing it. So yeah, it's a bit more complex game than Temple Run, but the first try it seemed pretty good. Now I don't really know how to play this game, but um, getting the hang of it. But game is running flawlessly, and I don't see anything wrong with it. It seems to be running pretty fine. It does have the A10 Apple chip with 2 GB of RAM. Now it doesn't have much RAM, but it's fine. And we're on YouTube now, seeing how well it runs some simple videos. So as you can see, we're playing my video on the smallest PC you could buy off of Amazon, and it's running it pretty good. Display's really colorful and nice, but I wish it had a liquid retina LCD display or an OLED display. But if it did have an OLED display, the price would be much more expensive. But the screen is pretty good for the price, and I could certainly manage having this type of screen. And now we'll do a sound test to see how well the speakers are. I'm on max volume now, so I think it's pretty good. Alright, so the speakers were pretty loud for a small device such as the iPod. And speakers are really nice, and speakers are actually really small, so I'm surprised how loud these actually get. So if you do like playing stuff out loud, these speakers are certainly good. So not like these Android devices in this price range where the speakers are just awful. But yeah, the iPod handled pretty well. It kind of looks like a phone, but you don't have a SIM card ejector in this, so that's the only difference. And yeah, touching back on the Touch ID, it's such a disappointment that Apple didn't put it in the iPod now. I don't think they'll be ever updating the iPod ever again, since there's not really much of a interest for this. because it's why Apple did not put the iPod as a main tab on their website. So what I mean by that is when you log in, you don't see the iPod on the website like you see iPhone, Mac, and everything. But you do have to go in the search bar and type in iPad, and iPod, and you can still buy it from the website. It's just not you can't really see it on the website. But yeah, there's not much availability for these iPods, not much demand. So Apple will most likely discontinue it soon. And also, we're on the back of the camera. Now, this does have a 8 megapixel camera. I'm pretty sure it's derived from the iPhone 6, and iPhone 6 released in 2013, I'm pretty sure, and has an okay camera for an iPod at least, but I don't think anybody would be taking photos on their iPod or anything like that. But yeah, it's pretty good camera just for some simple photos. But now I think the iPod is dead because many people don't buy it and many people don't even know it exists. So I see Apple discontinuing it and possibly in the future. Now, since I think the iPod is dead, I do see Apple discontinuing it, as I said, and I do think iOS 14 will come to the iPod Touch 7 generation, and after that, I don't think it will get any more software updates. But I overall think that the iPod is not worth it. You can just go buy an iPad 6 generation for $50 more, and I guess yeah, that's it for today, guys. And stay tuned for the next video while I'll be playing Fortnite on this, since it's kind of a challenge playing Fortnite on a 4-inch screen. It's the smallest Apple device you can get. And yeah, guys, that's it for watching. If you liked my video, please subscribe with notifications on and watch my other videos. Peace.